Hey, what's up you guys? It's your boy Bailey. Welcome back to my channel for another video. And today's video is going to be a story time, and I've wanted to make this story time for a while. I just didn't really know if it was smart, but I just kind of don't give a fuck. So today's story time is going to be about how I almost got arrested with weed on me. Yeah. Before we get into the story time though, guys, as always, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like because it really helps me out, and make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media down below. And if this is your first time viewing me, make sure you guys definitely hit that subscribe button because I will be posting a new video every week. So hit subscribe for more videos like this. Now let's get into this crazy story time. The story takes place the summer between sophomore and junior year of high school, and me and my friend Mimi, we wanted to smoke. So we hit up a few people and nobody was really responding. Y'all know how those people be. They just don't fucking respond. So then we hit up our friend Roger, and Roger was like down for it. He was like, yeah, he's like, if you guys just pick me up and we come back into town, like I'll like buy some and then I'll smoke with you guys, like whatever. And we're like, okay, yeah, like we're down. So we go to where he lived and we went and picked him up and then brought him back to where we lived. And we met up with one of his friends, and because that's who he was buying it from. And so, yeah, so we bought it, or he bought it, and then we bought our little bit from him, and then he smoked with us at his friend's house. So we're fine, you know, it's whatever, like we're having a good time, we're enjoying ourselves. And when it was all over with, we now had to take Roger back to his town that he lived in. Mind you guys, Roger probably lived a good like 25-30 minutes away, and at this point when we're done like hanging out and chilling and shit, it's probably close to like 12:30, 1 in the morning. And so we drive him back to his town. On the way there, we passed like a state highway patrol officer, something like that. Like he wasn't like an actual like cop, but he was like one of those weird ones, like a sheriff or like a state highway patrol, some shit like that. So we pass him on the way to take Roger home. And you know, I'm thinking like everything's cool, like it's fine, whatever. And then I see him turn out and he gets behind us. So literally, guys, literally, we keep driving, but we literally see a sign that says, oh, 1 mile from blank, which is where Roger lived. That's when the motherfucker wants to turn on his headlights. When we get a mile from where we need to be is when he wants to fucking turn on his headlights, or his fucking cop sirens. When I saw those cop lights go on, my heart literally dropped into the core of my stomach. Like, I was fucking terrified because now we have to pull over. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was terrified. The cop comes up to Mimi because she was driving. So the cop comes up to Mimi and like they're just talking back and forth and everything seemed cool. Like, I thought that we were really like about to like get out of it. Until the cop flashes his light, like his flashlight, back into the back seat where Roger was sitting, and that's when this whole entire story goes off the fucking cliff. The cop shines his flashlight back into the back seat where Roger was sitting, and he sees weed all over this dude's beard, all over his clothes, because Roger tried to eat it. Roger bought a good amount from his friend. So when we got pulled over, Roger was like, okay, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to fucking eat it. And I didn't know that because I'm in the front seat with Mimi. So I didn't know anything that was going on in the back seat. And like, so he tried to fucking eat at least $80, $90 worth of fucking marijuana. Like, that blows my mind. So like, as the cop's talking to him and can already see all the marijuana like in his beard, all over him, he's still chewing on the weed because he tried to eat it. And the cop was pretty much like fed the fuck up at that point. He was like, okay, you guys need to get out of the car one by one, slowly, and come to the back of the car and put your hands onto the trunk. I'm going to backtrack a minute because I forgot to mention this part, because this part is like a big part of the story. So before all that happens, before the cop even gets out of his car, I'm freaking out and I'm looking at Mimi because we had a blunt in like the glove box. I'm looking at Mimi, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck do I do with this? I said, we have weed in the car, and like, what if he makes us get out? What if he searches it? Like, what the fuck do I actually do? Like, what am I supposed to do with it? Mimi told me to put it in my pocket. So my dumbass was like, okay, good idea. Bitch, you're smart. Bitch, you're right. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. So I did. Now when the cop is asking us to get out of the car, I'm fucking freaking out because I'm like, I have weed in my pocket. Like, I have a blunt baggie in my pocket. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do if he comes over, like, searches me, pats me down, asks me to take everything out of my pockets? Like, what in the actual fuck am I going to do? So we are now all having our hands on the trunk. I don't know why I can't think of that. So yeah, we now all have our hands on the trunk, and he's coming around and patting us down. He, I think, first pat down like Mimi and like asked her to take things out of her pockets, and she was cool. Mimi was fine. Then he gets over to Roger, and he asks Roger to get everything out of his pocket. So Roger takes his phone, his keys, his wallet, his Swisher wraps out of his pocket. Like, he takes everything out of his pocket. And so then at that point, the cop asked him, because there was two cops, another one came behind the other one. You know how they do. So at that point, when he took everything out of his pocket, he saw like the Swishers and like more weed and shit like that. The cop had asked the other cop to take him over by one of the cop cars. Now they get over to me, and it was like winter time though, so like I'm like my legs were like quivering because I was nervous, and because, bitch, it was fucking 1 o'clock in the morning in like December or January, and it was cold as fuck. So I'm literally like shivering and everything like that. So the cop asks me to take everything out of my pocket, and I was wearing like a jacket or a hoodie or something, so I took my wallet, my keys, my phone out of my pocket. Now this part of the story is kind of funny. I have keys. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to go grab my keys to show you. Okay, so I pull out my keys, whatever. The cop looks at my keys, and he sees this on my keys. It's like a little, like, bedazzled, like, cheetah, whatever. And the cop tried to, like, argue with me low-key. He was like, these aren't your keys. And I was like, yes, sir. I was like, these are my keys. I was like, these are mine. He goes, no, they're not. And I said, yes, they are. Like, these are my keys. Mind you, he's questioning me about a cheetah print key and then this cheetah keychain being on my keys while I'm wearing a hat with a fucking poof ball on top of it. So I'm like sitting here like, bro, like, why are you asking me if these are my keys? Like, they're fucking mine. Like, who else's keys would they be? And if they aren't my keys, if they're my boyfriend's, my best friend's, my parents' keys, like, does it really fucking matter? Like, they're out of my pocket. Why are you questioning me about my keys? Like, I don't get it. Like, how is this important to what's going on right now? Quit asking me about my keys, bro. Quit. These are my fucking keys. So after all of that, with the whole key discrepancy or whatever the fuck, he like checks my jacket pockets, whatever, and then he goes to then he starts patting me, like patting my back pockets, whatever. Then he comes to my front pockets, which this is where the weed was. So I'm like standing like this, right? And he takes my pocket and he goes like this, nothing moved or whatever. Then he comes over to this pocket, and this is the one that had the weed in it, and he literally just goes like this and does nothing else. After he like patted us down and stuff, he did not ask us to get back in his car. Not yet. So he tells us to go move over by the cop car. So we're staying there by the cop car. Roger's on one side of the cop car. We're in front of it, just kind of standing there. And he and the other cop are like going and like having a conversation or whatever. Mimi is trying to like talk to me, and I'm trying to like not really pay attention to what she's saying. I'm trying to like just tell her like, bitch, be quiet, because if they think that like, you know, like we're like having a conversation, they're gonna think something's up, and like we don't need that. Like just shut up, like just shut the fuck up, quit talking to me. So after the cops are done having a conversation, they go and inspect the car. Mind you, I don't know if you guys have ever had your cars checked, but when cops check your cars, they really just don't be giving a fuck. They will like toss your shit out, rearrange everything, and not even think twice about putting it back or none of that. Like, they will fuck up your car. The cop is checking Mimi's car, you know, for more stuff, whatever. He finds a rolled blunt in the back seat where Roger was sitting in a pop bottle or whatever, and he throws it out, whatever. So he searched the car. That's pretty much all he found. Goes back and talks to the other cop again. The one cop comes up to me and Mimi, tells us, okay, we can go back into the car. The other cop goes up to Roger and arrests him. He arrested Roger like right in front of us before like, we got back into the car. So me and Mimi, we go back to the car and I'm sitting there like, okay, bitch, like we're almost out of here. We're almost, you know, this is almost done with. This is almost over. Like, thank fucking God. So we're just sitting there trying to like process like everything that's happening, but also trying to like act normal enough to where like he'll just fucking like let us go. Mimi and I are sitting in the car at this point for a good maybe like 5-7 minutes maybe. And the one cop comes back up to us and he says, you know, like, you guys are okay to leave, but you are getting a ticket for your headlight, which is originally why he pulled us over. He informs us that our friend, Roger, is being taken to jail because he was being charged with paraphernalia, possession, and what was it? Like trying to like get rid of the evidence. I forget like what the actual term is, but because he tried to get rid of the evidence, he was charged with all that shit. So he gives Mimi the ticket, and me and Mimi, we skirt off and we are on our way. On the way home, I'm literally just thinking like, wow, like I could have been in the fucking cell block with Roger. Like I definitely could have been arrested because I had weed on me, but the cops just did not find it. Like I was just like, what the fuck is actually like the Lord was definitely with me that night because he saved my ass from going to fucking jail, because that's totally what would have fucking happened if I would have gotten caught with that weed on me. Me and Mimi, best friends. Mimi, and Roger, not that close. Roger's just like pretty much like the weed dude. Like that's pretty much all Roger was to us. Like we weren't really all like that cool with him or close with him. So for him to be arrested, it was just kind of like, all right, yep, you take him, we'll be on our way. Sorry, because maybe you shouldn't have been such a fucking idiot and tried to eat the fucking weed. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you did that to yourself, bro. Like, you fucked it up for yourself. So the aftermath of all of this, we don't really know what happened. I'm pretty sure Roger was like kept in like the jail for like the weekend or a few days or something like that. I think he eventually got out. But like I said, we're not that close friends with him to where we were like checking up on him and like asking him like what the process is, like none of that shit. So I don't know if he actually had to go to jail, if he just had to pay court fines. Like we know nothing about that still to this day, or at least I don't. I don't know anything. Don't really care because bitch, we got away with the fucking weed in our pocket. Like that was literally like the craziest thing, like one of the craziest things that's ever fucking happened to me, because I'm just like, okay, we just had a run-in with the police. I could have been arrested and we got away, but we got away with the blunt. Like how the fuck did that happen? Like, thank you, Lord Jesus, for saving my life that night. It was literally, it was fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, guys, so that's the story about how I almost got arrested in high school. Like, the shit was fucking bananas. The shit was fucking cranberries, bananas, apples. It was all that shit. It was fucking nuts. I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time, because I've been wanting to make this story time for like a long time now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, because if you did, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, because that really helps me out. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, especially if you're new to my channel and you just watched this whole entire video. Why haven't you hit subscribe yet? You can sit through this whole entire video, so why not subscribe for more crazy story times like this and some crazy vlogs, and just a bunch of new shit is coming. Especially 2019 is my year, bitches. 2019 is my motherfucking year. So hit that subscribe button so you can see that shit as it happens. And make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media down below, especially my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my brand new Twitter, because that's where I'm the most active. And until the next video, guys, I will see you guys later. Deuces.